All right, I want to talk about bedding. When I'm talking about bedding, I'm talking about dog beds and blankets and things like that. When you're first raising a dog, let's just say we're going to be raising a puppy. A lot of people like to get bedding. They want to make the dog comfortable, and then the dog is shredding beds. And all of a sudden you've bought 3, 4 beds, and they just keep shredding them. Realistically, the dog is not ready to have something like that yet. One of the things that I find myself telling people often when they have dogs that are destructive to their bedding is like, stop giving it to them first off. Just take it away for a while. Work on everything else. Like, they have fur and they'll be all right. I mean, obviously if you've got a really big Great Dane or something like that and they might get some pressure sores, then we got to be more cautious there. I mean, we might have to get into something else to help prevent that for a little while until we can get into a nice plush bed. But when you're teaching a dog how to get adjusted to not be active when they need to be inactive, meaning like you want them to lay on a bed and relax, not chew on it. Or you put them in their crate and you just want them in there doing nothing. There's certain things that are going to help that. First off, age is a big factor, but then also if you're promoting a busy mindset all the time, meaning you're always giving the dog things to do, meaning you put them in the crate and you have like a Kong with peanut butter and toys and all sorts of stuff for them to do, you're promoting this idea that they should stay busy in the crate, and then when you put bedding in there, they're just looking at that as a big plush toy to chew on. Not helpful, right? It's counterproductive. So number one, stop putting stuff in the crate. In the times where you're trying to promote them to be inactive and just relax and learn how to be turned off, they should have nothing to do. There's no source of entertainment, right? When you get into potentially teaching some place work, I recommend getting into using a place cot over a plush bed, because these are a little bit more durable and they're a little bit less exciting and like satisfying for the dogs to chew on. They might chew on the corners and things like that, but generally speaking, you can kind of prevent them from being destructive to these. So they start learning about being on a bed through the place command work, boring, relaxed, nothing going on. And then at some point in time when they're doing a really good job, you can take your plush bed and you can put it on top of your place bed, and you're still placing them and you're kind of transitioning the place command into your plush bed. And at the same time, if they start getting a little bit, just do this in front of you. Don't do this in the crate when you're not home. This is when the dog is in front of you on place while you're cooking or cleaning or watching TV, and you just kind of coach them. Like, if you start seeing them, you know, getting kneading at the material, like, hey, knock it off. You see them scratching, hey, knock it off. You see them start put their mouth on it, hey, knock it off. Interrupt them. Just let them know, like, don't do that. You're on place. Mind your own business, relax, turn off. And you start coaching them on how to responsibly have something like this. And then at some point in time, you can transition bedding into a crate, and the dog isn't so destructive because they're used to just, hey, there's nothing to do. When I'm in the crate, I lay down and I relax. Or if I'm on place, I just lay down and relax. And then that bedding is something they're able to use, be more comfortable, and you're not spending a fortune on bed after bed, or potentially even worse, getting into an obstruction surgery where the dog has ingested parts of the bed and there's a blockage and now they surgically have to remove it. Not only is that expensive, but also it's just very dangerous. That could end up taking a dog's life, unfortunately, and obviously none of us want that. So a couple tips on bedding, on how to transition. I really don't give my dogs any beds in their crates until they're, you know, well over a year old. It's just boring. You need to learn how to relax, don't be active. If I'm giving them things like that before they're ready, then I promote that idea, and if they start getting into destructive habits at a young age, it's a lot harder to kick it.